Sir, welcome back to Pan India.
Thank you, Rana.
ఎలా ఉంది సార్ పాన్ ఇండియన్ ప్రమోషన్?
Exhaustive but very interesting.
మీకు ఎలా ఉంది ఇద్దరు?
కొత్తగా ఉంది అండ్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఉంది, ఎగ్జాస్టింగ్ బట్ గుడ్.
సో టెల్ మీ చీఫ్, ఇప్పుడు నౌ దిస్ ఇస్ ద టెక్నికలీ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ పాన్ ఇండియన్ విజిట్. What was your thought? Did you ever?
I was very nervous. Staying in Hyderabad doing Telugu regional films, you still haven't explored the other side of it. You know it, but you haven't explored it. Till you explore it, till you taste it, you don't know how it is. So after coming here and talking, then I understood that it's the same. You know, interacting with the press, interacting with the audiences here, it's the same. Because the language might change, but the excitement of cinema is
Remains
common.
the same.
It's common all over India. It's common.
So do you want to keep repeating these reruns?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And do more and more stuff here.
Yes, for sure.
Very nice. Now this is topic of British India, of revolt. It's true, it's fictional. What is it? It's completely fictional, or is it?
Yeah, it's completely fictional. It's based on the spirit of two legendary freedom fighters, Alluri and Kumram. But when I looked at their timelines, they were so similar. The coincidences are mind-blowing.
Nice.
Born around the same time, left their homes around the same time, came back around the same time, and no one knows what happened in those 2-3 years or 3-4 years of their lives. So I thought, here is a chance that I can explore. Yeah,
Yes.
I always liked bringing two superpowers of two different eras, two different storylines. I loved the idea of bringing them together and fantasizing about them. So I thought, here is a great chance to do it. And the way the characters were developing in my mind, I thought, I have these two guys who will suit that roles perfectly.
Nice.
And in the film, I needed to have a fantastic friendship between them. And here I have two guys, two superstars who are very close friends, which is very rare. So too many coincidences. No? Everything was falling into place. Maybe nature intended me to do this.
You're speaking very highly about your friendship.
And that's why we're looking at each other and smiling.
Saying how great
How great!
friendship is.
Tell me, you guys were friends before set, after set, or during the process of Triple R?
You're asking us?
Yeah.
You
don't know.
No, I want to know what level of friendship was it.
Of course.
Of course, you didn't know?
Pan India wants to know.
What is panic?
So Pan India wants to know what your friendship is. Yeah.
We've been friends for a very, very long time. I think during the first time when we played a celebrity cricket match.
It started
is
from
when-
there.
It started from there.
So and
He said, I'm going back after the match, can I drop you? Then we started driving back in the car.
Pranti's birthday is on the 26th of March.
Yeah.
So this always happens. 26th is Pranti's birthday on March and 27th is our man's. So 25th we start celebrating for Pranti's birthday and 26th evening and vanished. Why? Because our man is
We were
You'll
calling
be
him
gone to
back.
the 29th or something.
so it's become like a practice where his car just comes. I jump away from this party, from my wife's party. I'm there. And then she called me, where are you? I was like, no, it's Charan's
I'll see you in 3 days.
So yeah, it started from there, and we've been good friends, Rana. Nothing to hide, and you know about it as well. But Triple R maybe bonded us,
Professionally
glued it up a
also.
little more professionally
Just
also.
Understanding each other.
Each other's comfort levels as actors, as pluses and minuses.
Okay, let's talk about pluses and minuses. What's the plus and minus of the guy next to you?
His this guy has this crazy intensity in him. Rana, it's you want to explore him. He's not this open book.
Don't try it, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty dangerous, bro. So he's very close. I might call him an introvert. This guy is you need to break that comfort zone or that shield of guard which he has, and then when you get in, then you understand that
I think
This
Rana
guy is-
believes it's better I have that.
Yeah,
That guard is safer for
So,
you.
I was
Keep that guard. You're doing
I was the very few people who could actually break that and get in and understand what
Very
he is.
quickly, easily.
Very easily and very quickly. In fact, as he said, it's a very rare friendship, a very rare combination of two stars being
I
friends.
remember Rana asking me, how come you and Tarak? Because
Yes.
he knows both of us so well and we are such opposite personalities. And that's what I think is the seeking of friendship. When you seek somebody who's completely opposite, it's attractive.
Thank God we didn't meet the same way. Like, it would be crazy if you did.
Yeah, opposite force
So,
attract.
okay, now that
So for me,
feels
the
like
plus and minus is that. A minus again, I want people to understand him. As a friend now, knowing him, I really want people to know what he is, rather than just think the other way. I know what he is as a person. Now, like we had this interview with Zomato where they asked me describe Charan, with a food analogy. I said he's like a golgappa. You just put it in his mouth, you start savoring him, then you understand the flavors. It's just not your puri and water and your chana. No, it's everything put together.
For
So
me,
that's
if I have
what
to
it is.
relate a dish for him, it's a non-vegetarian thali. A bit of everything, and it can never be a vegetarian.
Sir, you worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
You worked with him right from your beginning, in that sense, and in the
My
sense-
beginning also.
also his beginning. How do you see them grow up?
No, I was a senior, right?
Okay.
I entered before. Yeah, he entered the industry before me. What year was it? 90?
91.
91. I was still a senior then. 91, I did a film with my grandfather. So, yeah.
Then if you then my entry is 83.
Then let's not talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about entry into films.
Entry into films.
Yeah, so I become a hero
I'm
first.
just talking about student number one, boss.
I became a hero
I don't know what you all are talking.
No one knows about it. No one knows about it. This is recorded evidence.
How?
Yeah, that
I
is.
acted in a film as a child artist.
We are talking-
In 85.
What
sorry,
film was
85.
that? What film was that?
Pillangrovi.
Did it release?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we are talking about
Alleged
official
release.
entries here. So I entered first. I was a senior. Yes, Ipur Japama junior.
Who listens to who?
We listen to you.
So
Yeah.
topic.
Chapter closed.
End of topic.
Back to him.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. In the beginning, I mean, everyone knows he's a bundle of talent from the beginning.
Too much, sir.
Okay,
It's just-
and I think by the even when he was born, he was a bundle of talent, I guess. No, and, I think probably in the beginning he was too energetic and he was giving everything for every shot. And acting doesn't work like that. You should know when to step on the pedal and you should know when to take your foot off the pedal. In the beginning he didn't know. And also, everything was on
Full throttle.
full throttle, and he didn't know how to select his stories. No, he didn't have the maturity to think that a film works on a story and his role in the story. No, he didn't know how to think in those terms. So he was like going like a bull in the China
house.
bull in the China house. Now I see him. He's much more mature. He knows how to judge stories. He knows how to select stories. He knows when to go full steam and when to step back. He understands all that. That's the main difference. In acting, I don't see anything. It's the same from beginning from there to now.
So what was that one core of Tarak that didn't change from the beginning to now as a person?
Energy. His energy levels are quite high. From it is high, then it is high now.
High now.
He's
Only
always
thing
on.
is he learned how to.
10 Red Bulls talte ela untaro, he's always like that.
And Charan sir, from Magadira to now.
Again, Charan has loads of talent then, now. But he had absolutely no idea of how films work in the beginning. He slowly understood, same way Tarak, but his approach has been completely different now, from the beginning to now. Now he has learned to trust his instincts more, one thing, Second thing, he learned to keep his mind free of what do you say, his own thoughts, his own interpretations, his own feelings. He somehow makes himself completely free of everything when he comes to my shop, and he says, I'm a complete white paper. You write whatever you want. I'll be whatever you want to be. And to that, I mean, sometimes I'm amazed. Acting, I know he can do it very, very well. Like when he was, I also wanted them to dub in their own voices for all the languages. All the languages. They know all the languages, but if there is some fine nuance is not coming through. I was sitting there in the dubbing theatre, and there was a Vijay, the Tamil assistant director, who is correcting him. There is one particular word which is not getting the accent right. It went for like 70, 80 takes. He was going to get that in a loop, going. I was sitting there. There is not even one iota of a frustration or irritation or impatience or nothing. He was just going like that again and again. And, with the same intensity, with the same eagerness to get it right. That I'm quite impressed, very, very impressed with. He didn't take that many takes for any of the shots while I was shooting, but in the dubbing, his approach to do, I will do what you want. And I will do it to my fullest ability.
Nice.
That is what I really, really liked about him.
Now the two of you can start in whichever order. What is the difference in him from the time you met him first to today?
Nothing has changed. His urge for telling good, big stories. His urge to make great, wonderful, visually high-giving films. Nothing has changed. The only thing which has changed in him is he's a little older now. He's got a lot of grey there, and he's more hungry. His hunger has increased as much as his success. So his hunger and his success are par with each other. Earlier, his hunger was more. His success maybe he was still going there to match up to that. In Bahubali, you know how hungry this man can be and how successful you can be. And he's I don't know, nothing has changed him as a person, as a filmmaker. He's just more hungry.
Yeah, so on the camera he's saying more hungry. If you switch off the camera, he'll say he's more crazy.
So, and the best part is it's not contagious. It doesn't go to anybody, it just stays with him. It stays with him.
And he was saying all the dialogues hanging 60 feet into there. Parallel.
So basically he's going like that. So he started from from 60 feet, he drops you. You have to go 60 feet again up there. And then he takes you again 60. And the best part, and I told him, I said, do you realize I have 2 kids now?
Charan, what do you find as a difference?
Yeah, he's right. His appetite for storytelling, in enhancing his storytelling to a whole different new level I'm seeing since Bahubali, and it's unstoppable. I don't think this train is going to stop anywhere.
It shouldn't also stop. So one thing I have to talk about is the action. That's a bar you keep pushing from the time you've started. We spoke a lot about your early films and how you approached action sequences there. Now this trailer looks like you pushed all boundaries. I'm saying Bahubali was magical, it was a fictional universe, it was folklore. This seems real and mad.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was this thought?
See, I always like larger than life sequences. Everything has to be larger than life. But for that to work, you have to keep the emotions very, very real.
Correct.
If the emotions are not real, then how much ever action you do, it will just skip off the surface. It won't go into the audience's heart. it won't touch them properly. That I'm very, very sure of. I'm so sure that even I'll put emotion in a song like Not Not. Now, even in Nacho Nacho, there will be an emotion. So in the action sequences, I have hundreds of images continuously running in my mind. I can't keep all of them. I'll search through my emotion. So if there is an emotion running in this guy, for example, there is the shot where he is shouting at the tiger, right? There is a sequence with him and the tiger. There are thousands of ways where you can place a sequence with the tiger. So why I reached that point, this particular point, him shouting against the tiger, is that I go through the emotion. It might just look heroic that he is shouting at the tiger, but if you observe closely, there is so much of angst, frustration, so much of revolt inside that shout. So I am very particular about that. I am very particular about how he shouts, when he starts opening his eyes, when he starts going into the shout, when the shout reaches its crescendo. Everything I am very particular of. Of course, he is such a talent that he can give me what I want in just 1 or 2 takes. But I am very particular about those hitting those right notes. That comes from the chasing the emotion, not visual. Visual will follow. You chase the emotion, visual will follow you.
So this is the first time you worked with like official Hindi actors, I think. What was that like?
I will.
Alia,
I will fight my whole life if needed be to take out the tag of Hindi actor, Telugu actor, South actor, whatever.
I guess we just come from so many places now.
Yes, so many places. I know, and there is nothing wrong in terming someone as a Telugu actor or Hindi actor, but I don't want it to be a kind of border between people. No?
Your cinema.
Indian actors. What I want them is Indian actors.
Like actor from
So they're all one place now.
Yeah,
you don't say actor is from New York, California, Virginia. It's like your Indian cinema there. It's like
Indian actor. I want them to Indian actor, but it was terrific having them on the sets. Ajay sir or Alia, thorough professionals they have. Ajay sir is here so long and he knows what to do, what not to do. But he was completely comfortable. He gave me so much of comfort as a director to do what I needed him to do. And Alia is a treasure house of talent. She can do her things like that. So easy to work with. I had a great time working with them.
Okay. Apart from Indian actors, you had English actors this time. So now I can say that you're English language actors.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of them. You see those in real big Hollywood movies. They've done some really big global films, and you got to put them within our system. How was the working with them?
No, because the film is set in the pre-independent era, I needed to have English actors, and initially we didn't know how to approach them. We were trying through different sources, and we are just not reaching the correct actors. Then I was getting frustrated a bit, and I asked Shekhar Kapoor sir to help me out. He gave me some references of acting agencies. Then we reached these people, Ray Stevenson, Alison Doody, and Olivia Morris. Olivia Morris is an upcoming talent, and Alison Doody is the heroine of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, or the
one of the Indiana Jones series.
Yeah, one of the Indiana Jones series. She's the heroine.
Oh, nice.
Last Crusade. She's the heroine of the Last Crusade. And Ray Stevenson acted in many web series, big English Hollywood films, and initially it was a little bit difficult. They have a certain way of
set organization or
set
communication
organization.
in whatever.
Communication, basically communication. But they quickly came into our way of working.
Nice.
And it was very nice working. I think he immediately understood, particularly Ray immediately understood the kind of template I'm going into. And it worked really well for us. And Olivia is so good looking. So nice. Her performances are so nice. Even though the scenes are less, you can see her talent in those few scenes.
So how is it for you guys? Like, is a set which is culturally exploding?
Yeah.
That's something that.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
So I was in aluminum factory shooting. I kept walking up and down. I said, no, this is, it says white people, it says people who speak Hindi, people who speak
Animals.
Telugu, animals.
It was a cultural explosion. It was.
I never saw a tiger and a horse in the same frame just walking. No, it's like a child going into Disneyland. So you see this ride.
Yeah, like a candy shop. You're
Candy
like-
shop.
you're like,
or
so
I want
confused.
to try this ride, this fight, this song. It was that interesting for me.
Nice cross pollination actually happened. You know, it was good to know actors from different languages, different cultures. It was nice.
Nice.
It was really good.
So now let's get to props and weapons. Now those are the coolest things you have in all your movies. They're so cool that they become posters, they become iconic images, and it's just not probably right from Simhadri. I remember the axe that you've designed was so cool. It used to be in Tarak's bar for some time.
No, but actually then later I came to know that was a duplicate and this was the original.
Sorry, my
He still had the original. I thought I got the original. But
the one in your house?
yeah, no,
when
that
I
was
came
the
and
duplicate one.
Oh really? You kept the
The
original?
original is still there.
He kept showing me up like it's the original. Little photos around with it, sir.
He didn't
then
know. He
and then
didn't
I
know
was
for
like,
many
oh,
years.
damn. And then finally he told me. And he told me that after my maturity was, increased.
Thank
I
God.
was a little more challenged. Otherwise, I would have literally sneaked into his house. Like, what are you doing? I want the axe.
What is it in this film, sir, that we've got?
No, I don't really know what catches the audience's imagination when I'm making the film. Only after the film releases, they find something cool, and I think, oh, this is what they caught their imagination. I don't.
No, but you go into a very big detail of making something.
And I make the detail of everything.
Everything, okay. So-
Everything, every set, every prop, every statue, every door, every weapon, even if it's, if you look closely, even the barbed wire will have so much of detail. So I don't know what will catch audience's imagination and what they will, think this is the coolest thing. And once they decide, then I think, yes, that is
Okay,
the
maybe.
So what is it for you guys? What are cool things that you got to use?
I want you to I want the world to watch the one particular block where I don't think. See, he accepts it. Also, he said it on camera many times that he is a very visual director.
Yes, of course.
There is one shot, Rana, where what actually happens when fire and water collide.
Nice.
I can't wait for people to actually see that shot. The shot of fire and water.
Wow.
There's always this
It
question.
sounds like beyond, like
Yeah, because
emotionally
you're
something that.
No, you're talking about weapons,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen if I just can't wait for that.
I think that fight was like the wildest roller coaster
Oh
ride
my
I was
God.
sitting on.
65
And,
nights and
I think
65 nights, sir.
65 nights.
Oh,
65 nights.
And you are a bit disoriented, you don't know what's day,
We
what's
started
night.
2019 summer,
And
ended
ended
2020 December.
Spread over.
Spread over, yeah. And we had pandemic. We had to literally stop everything and then again get back. And when we get back, where are we? Back at nights again. I was like, this still isn't done.
I feel in that fight, Tarak and me were the props. The fire and water were the heroine.
No, trust me, I'm telling you this. No, I'm telling you. I'm not sounding very cliche or whatever, but we literally are the weapons, and the fire and water are the heroes.
Wow. So
No,
this-
I'm telling.
No, this is.
I just
this sounds
can't wait
awesome.
for the world to see it. I don't know. I think he's, as you said, he's got this crazy fancy towards action,
And violence
and this was,
I think
I don't know,
probably
this
the
was
most
so
emotional fight
beautifully-
I've ever worked.
Yeah, and it was very aesthetically choreographed as well. It's
Quite
the
poetic.
difference of both these elements, their mindset, their exposure, their urge, everything put into that. Oh my God, I just can't wait for people to watch it. And then
And I still think the
Yeah.
end shot of that episode is my favorite
damn.
shot in the film.
damn.
Wow.
Oh my
now,
God.
now the fun starts.
No, but mark my words, Rana. I think this movie is just literally is going to take people into a very emotional roller coaster. There are times when you'll be holding your seat and you would want to pull it out. You want to rip the seats off. You will cry. You will laugh. You will smile. You will be many things as a human being sitting on that chair watching Triple R.
That's awesome.
That's for sure.
It sounds like you've got to watch it now. Now I'm saying, obviously, with a film like of this scale, everything becomes really memorable. But tell me that one day on set that made it feel that you will take forever. Moment, shot.
Yeah, so there are many memorable days of shooting for Triple R, or call it the big action sequences or the songs or whatever we shot for. But the first day of he announcing it to both of us that he wants to make a movie with us was that day. I wanna keep it as a memory in my heart always. It'll stay with me, because the shock we had when he said this, it was everything. It was shocking because we didn't know if either of us is going to back out from it. Because Rana, see, you know it. You've been in the industry. It's not an easy task. Knowingly or unknowingly, it's been these two rival families for the past 30 years. And though we are friends, it's not only our friendship, but it needs to translate to our fans. It needs to translate to the families, the fans as well. So, but I don't know, he called me and he said, Tarak, I need to speak to you, come home. He never says that, usually, unless and until it's work related. So I know I had this excitement. Okay, now he's calling for work. Now I think it's time he's moving on to his next project. Okay, maybe. So I knew, okay, fine, he wants to say something, fine. So I went home and you know how it is, how his home is, houses. I just had a pillow and I was just lying on the floor and just chatting. Normal stuff. And then suddenly our man walks in. So I was like, okay, now why is he here? Then my mind started shifting. So I was like, okay, maybe he came
for some other work.
Fine, I think I should. Work. And then yeah, we were like, oh yeah, and he was leaving to Goa. So then after that I was like, okay, fine, I think I need to give both of them some private time. Let him leave and then we'll talk. We'll get into our project. So then I was like, okay, Charan, you guys talk. I was like, where are you going? I was like, yeah, I thought you guys want to talk. So then I was like, no, I need to talk to both of you. I was like, what? Both of us were looking at each other. Then that's when he announced this shocking, his revelation of saying that I want to do a movie with both of you. Then instantly, obviously, who's going to say no? Rana, we said it. And after that, our man went to Goa. And I went back home.
I went to Goa and celebrated the news.
And then he called me. And said, yeah,
I remember calling him from Goa.
So he said, what happened? I was like, I don't know. But something happened. And then, meanwhile the photo, the tweet was shared. Hashtag Triple R was there. There was this ... wink. And all three of us sitting on the couch. And all that happened. Yeah. But still,
Rana, there are many moments here. Okay, this walking into his sets itself is a memorable thing. Take back the work part of this movie, the shoot part of it. I'm going to take back so many memories, so many new things which I learned. Oh, I can express like this for something like this. This much is enough. That much is enough. Whatever. There's so many things I learned from Rajamouli. But the most precious thing is, I don't think this can again happen. Yeah. I wish it will happen. It continues with many other actors are also collaborating with each other. But for our generation, this is the first time this is happening. And this for me, I can't even imagine that this is actually happening.
Mm-hmm. And I think it will sink in only when the movie releases. After the moment when it passes and when you're reminiscing everything again.
That's when you realize the worth of what we did.
What Triple R truly is. It's not only about a great story, a great
I remember we both
Helmed
used to
by
talk to,
helmed by a great director. It's everything, all
we
that's
used to
there.
talk to each other on the sets during the breaks in between shots. Said, Tarak, no matter how many differences we might have, we should have as human beings, but let's enjoy these moments we are together.
Yeah.
On his sets, not on any other sets, on the biggest film of India alone, we are part and we are together. That is something you want to treasure. And let's enjoy each moment.
And it's a very proud moment.
The
Radha.
coffee
You know, somewhere
times
I think
we have, the lunch
this
times we
multi-starrer
have.
has lost
Yeah.
its glory slowly. It just fizzled away. The multi-starrers. It's not happening anymore. But now when it's happening, and who are going to be the torch bearers of it? It's us. We'll be remembered. History will remember that these two guys came together thanks to him. Of course, without him, it definitely wouldn't have been possible. But he'll be remembered for Bahubali and everything. But he'll be
I don't
remembered.
think we both
he'll
will
be
come
remembered-
together for
yeah.
anybody else also.
He'll be remembered for erasing those regional imaginary lines we had and made it one big Indian film industry. And he'll be remembered for this also. And we will be in the pages.
You a message once this was announced at some part in the beginning, and that's how I kept referring to this film to people in Bombay or any other place, where as an audience who grew up watching Telugu films or grew up learning from Telugu films, to me the industry was somewhere defined by eras of three different people, and the first was NTR, the next was Megastar, and the third was you. Where I just feel three of you here are like a embodiment or a representation of all the pride that all of us have, and this is what it is.
I love it.
So it really
Lovely.
So I think nobody else but this, sir. This is truly the fullest frame.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rana. Thank you.
So it's awesome, sir, and I hope this film will be the biggest, bigger than Bahubali, bigger than everything else that you've made. All right, sirs, have an awesome time promoting. Show me the film as soon as you guys are showing
Thank
one
you.
outsider, and I will be there.
Thanks for inviting us, Rana.
And thank you for bringing this guy here.
Yeah, the fourth hour.
Now tell me, what is this here? You are moving around with Ryan now?
I mean, yeah, Upasana is working, and yeah, he's my she's my companion now.
We're in Bombay.
Yeah, in Bombay.
It's my
She's flying with me everywhere.
Hi, you want to introduce her?
This is Ryan. Everybody, it's a poodle, and Rana loves dogs, I think.
Thank you.